All right, blind fight time, and we have a doozy for you.
Great.
This comes from none other than Joe Kelly, our editor-in-chief of just editing. So he I don't know if you guys heard this, but he is a huge fan of a game called Apex Legends.
Really?
And yeah, I don't know if you knew that.
Never heard.
But he tells me that season 17 is starting. Actually, I knew that. But anyway,
Did you?
I did. Yes. Now there is a new character that has come into the fold. It is Ballastic. And I don't know his abilities, so sorry, I'm totally scuffing this, but your job is to replace Ballastic with a different character. What other character from any lore, any science fiction, anything should be added to it? So I need abilities. You can use any character you want from any IP you want to just add to Apex Legends instead of Ballastic. Yeah, that's all you're getting. So
can you explain what Ballastic is?
no, like, don't even worry about him. Just add a new character to Apex Legends. I'm not going to explain because I don't even know. Okay. It's just a new character, but we're gonna use characters that have already been established, either in video game or whatever. Bring this beloved or not beloved character into this battle royale and their abilities and how they would work. So, you got your character, Cicero, or do I need a vamp here? All right, Cicero, go ahead. No. Opening arguments.
So my character will. You know what? You know what's funny is I am going to draw from my previous win for a character for this one, for this win. I am manifesting a win right now. And I will pull from the Ubisoft catalog and say that my character will be Sam Fisher. Samuel Fisher.
Samuel. Okay. Yeah, I heard you.
Of the Tom Clancy Splinter Cells.
Mr. Samuel Fisher. Good old Sammy.
Yes.
I'm putting
Samuel Thomas Fisher.
Is that really his name?
Yes, of the Maryland Bethesda.
All right, Sam Fisher coming in Apex. Justin, your character, and then fight.
Sure. Hopefully that picked up on the ASMR channel. I'm taking a character from a movie. Not so much as Samuel Fisher. I've never called him that. That's so weird. But I'm taking the Hunter, the Predator, coming into Apex Legends. What does it best? We've got Bloodhound, who seeks out footprints and all kinds of things like that I remember. We've got other hunters as well. Not sure of their abilities, but we've got the ultimate hunter, the Predator himself. Coming with a nice jungle skin, like usual. And there's many different variants of Predators as well. But normally, with Apex characters, you get a primary ability, a passive ability, and then also a ultimate. And from what I can see of Ballastic, is that his name? I think it is.
Yep.
He heats up enemies' guns and makes them drop them. He's allowed to carry a third weapon. Predator's got cloaking abilities, right? We all know Wraith. Wraith mains can kind of like vanish and then come up somewhere else, make portals. Imagine being invisible right in front of someone, and more so than Mirage. Mirage is you see an outline and you see a person walking around. This is something that you do not see them. So invisibility to its finest, and all you see is his ultimate pop up while cloaked, and it is, of course, his giant cannon on his shoulder. Kind of like a third weapon, except it's only used during ultimate, which tracks and heat sinks the enemy. His passive is the wrist blades. We're gonna allow his melee to almost insta kill. It breaks shields, so your teammates can get up there. So if you combine this, you've got the invisibility, hunting the enemy, getting up close to where they are, getting up very close enough to wrist blade them, and your teammates help you out with the final shot. This could work out great for coordination and teamwork in a game that is more long range for the most part that I've played. And when you do get up close, there's not a lot of good melees to do. This allows you to really get up in there with the wrist blades and potentially hunt the enemy down as a hunter, the ultimate form. Samuel Fisher, from what I remember, is stealthy, just like the Predator would be. He doesn't have a lot of unique stuff though. He's setting traps. You know, we've seen that in Apex already with the Tesla girl. I forgot her name, and the different traps we've got, like Caustic with the gas traps. I'm guessing you're gonna have some kind of tripwires or something like that, which is probably already in the game by this point. Samuel Fisher is kind of like a character that's out of the fold right now. Sure, he's gonna make a comeback potentially, but Prey came out and it did make a comeback, a big splash for Predator, and people want to see him added in different ways. And you know what better to do is being an Apex legend and be the ultimate hunter doing it, to have that as your calling card, the ultimate hunter Predator in Apex. Add a little blood, have some more fun.
Well, that's all well and good. But so, you know, you were talking about how you understand STF and what he brings to the table. That's Samuel Thomas Fisher. All right, initiated. You know, his friends call him Sam. Sam, as it were. Yes, he will use stealth. He will be stealthy. It will be hard to see his footprints. So if you've got Bloodhound, his footprints won't last as long as the other characters. And
False.
that's one of his passive abilities.
Okay.
His
Sure.
yeah. I mean, you know, he can't be. It's hard.
Pretty sure that the Predator's heat vision can see you.
Right.
But okay.
Yeah. Well, so his ultimate, right? His ult is an EMP. So you've got,
What's the range on that thing?
it's gonna be 10 meters. So 10.
So you got to be precise with this thing.
10 meter radius. It's an EMP, a mobile EMP that he is able to wear.
So you're saying his passive is to let his footprints not last as long?
Right.
Which only affects like 3 of the other legends instead of an all-time gain for you?
Yeah, and
okay.
So right. So I mean, it is a thing that is good if you've got advantageous against very specific enemies, and not necessarily advantageous against others, right? Which equals balance. So in the EMP will negate most enemies' ultimates. So they do all these things. So you've got the Predator. Predator's out there with his visions and his camo and his. Well, if he winds up in the circumference of this mobile EMP, all that stuff is down. All that stuff is gone. And now he's vulnerable. So, you know, you look at all of these different characters that go and they vanish and they do all sorts of stuff. They're in Sam Fisher's EMP. They ain't doing nothing but sitting right there and getting taken down. His super is the Predator has a cloak. Sam Fisher will have a camouflage. He'll be able to camouflage next to flora, fauna, in a corner, in a room, as someone is passing, and he'll be able to attack and assassinate them.
You know, I hate talking bad about Samuel Fisher. I just want to let you know this hurts me so much.
Yeah.
But you know, if the Predator and Sam Fisher were up against each other,
Right.
you know who's winning that fight.
Sam
Regardless if you EMP a
Sam
Predator suit. No.
Get to the chopper.
No, you would die very quickly. Now, the Predator adds a little bit of new customization to the game that Samuel Fisher would not. This is adding a new armor set. This is adding the new mask option for your character while you're playing. A new, you know, equipable item added to the game. Most games that have gas or storms have this kind of feature that allow you to stay in the gas for a little bit longer than usual. And this would be a mask, like a gas mask, but it's Predator themed, right? So this is going to be something all players can use by adding one character into the game. This is a mask that allows you to also get a higher grade one. And guess what the gold one is? Yes, the heat vision that the Predator originally has. Now, this EMP 10-meter hit is not going to save you when most of the game is played from range.
Exactly.
The Predator,
right, but the Predator, right, the Predator is going to go out there. So here's my question, right? You're painting a beautiful picture for the Predator duck, and I love it.
Predator duck.
Besides somebody else picking him first, why would I not pick the Predator? You're making the most awesome character ever.
True. And that's what the point is. They balance characters after the launch season. The season launch is the strongest.
Why would you launch an unbalanced character?
Because that's how they make money. Okay, that's what Apex is doing. They launched that powerful character for season 1, so everyone wants them. It is a FOMO. Buy it right away. Play them. You're going to win matches. Your percentage goes up. You have this great ability
because you've got new abilities that people don't understand yet. But if you're creating a character that doesn't have any, then
he has weaknesses. Look, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a human and he beat him.
Right. So you're saying
Danny Glover
beat him, no? Right. Right. Danny
Glover. A woman with bows and arrows beat the Predator. Okay. Right. And there's bows and arrows in the game. Mm-hmm. Don't forget that. This is a game that has weaknesses for every character.
And
Predator isn't invincible.
What are the weaknesses for the Predator?
Oh, killing him? But he dies. He's got a health bar. It's not like he's just an invincible god on the map. He's not Thanos in Fortnite. He is a character that you pick as a legend. And it was a snap. I like it. This is Predator as a legend. You make the legend. You create the story, the legend. You become the Apex legend. This is not a character you play and win every match with. You know, just like Sam Fisher would probably not be anything. You probably not win any matches with.
Whereas Sam Fisher, there are pluses and minuses. He sounds like a character.
The minus of his passive being only available and only useful not even half the time, 1/3 of the time, definitely makes him not feel very powerful. You want to pick a character that's passive is unique enough that you're getting the whole feeling of it the whole time. You pick Octane, you get to run faster. It affects every match you play, not 30% of the time.
It'll affect every time that you're playing because Sam Fisher is stealthy. So he's not detectable. That's brilliant.
You're going to be hanging from the air ducts and planting bombs and shooting people from the distance and being quiet about it in a first-person shooter that is a battle royale. I don't think it's going to work out very well.
It absolutely can. Absolutely can. There's room for stealth in Apex. And, if you want to do something, right, if you want to talk about adding a new element to the game, that is an element that character can add to the game, is a more stealthy component.
A campy element that no one wants in games that are first-person shooters?
It's not camping. It's not camping. It is strategic moving. And so it's not about just staying in one spot all the time. It's about being able to move around and do different things.
And hunker down and then move around and hunker down.
When you're using your mobile EMP, there's a reason it's right. Is so that as you're moving and you're traversing through different.
You said you
areas.
throw it down and it affects.
No, it's a
meter range.
mobile it's a mobile EMP that you carry on you. That
So
has,
you're telling me this is a mechanical EMP that doesn't get affected by itself when it detonates?
yeah. What are you talking about?
Because
No.
an EMP affects itself too, and it would shut itself down as well. It shuts down everything in the range, stops, and plants itself. That's what EMPs do not move across the land.
There's shielding on the EMP device. What are you talking about? It's the future. What are you saying? It's Apex. It's the future. They figured that part out.
There's a fire.
The EMP goes out. It goes out, not in. Out.
So his goggles, his whatever affects his footprints not showing up as much would get affected. His guns would stop working because it's the future and the guns are electronic. All of the guns in the range would stop working because they all use electronics. All of the other players' abilities wouldn't work either. This is a forest fire. It's not going to work, Cicero. The EMP is not a good idea.
The EMP is a great idea because
especially a mobile one. That's terrible.
Because it shuts down other people's abilities.
Oh, so we've got a new what's his face? The death guy that you can respawn with. He does that already. He chains people's abilities and not lets you use them. I can't think of his name. Revenant. Boom. Already an ability in the game. You're not adding anything.
No, it's an EMP. It's a different ability that does something similar.
Sorry,
just like there's
no way
the woman
who Fisher is beating.
There's a woman who disappears and has an image shimmering just like your predator. Your predator cloak, and you see the shimmering. You see the shimmering from the predator cloak. All of that is the same. It's all the same. So you're adding something that's already been in the game. That is the difference. Is when you combine those things together into one character. That's what makes it unique. And that is the thing that I was allowing you to have with Predator, and you're trying to take from me with Samuel.
What ability do I have that is in the game?
Maryland Fishers.
Cloaking. What ability? Cloaking?
Yeah.
No, you still see her. You still see Wraith. It's not prime cloaking. It is not pure invisibility. You still see her outline. You see her ghostly presence. You see a smoke where he's moving. You do not see the Predator when he cloaks. You
still see a shimmer. You still see a shimmer.
What?
You see a shimmer.
No.
That's the whole point. That's why, like, when you're watching the stupid movies, you're like, oh, there he is. I see him.
It shows
because he got the little shimmer. You got the shimmer.
Not in this game. It's not 4K yet.
I'm calling it on the shimmer. That was funny. I'm calling it. Good job, guys. Although the Predator sounds incredibly overpowered, I think Justin still got you on his understanding of Apex a little bit better. So, yeah.
Tie game.
Yeah, it is. So we got a Metacritic.
Sam Fisher won.
Mike from Test Your Might here. Thanks for listening to this debate topic from the latest episode of Test Your Might. If you'd like to listen to the full podcast, check out the links below. Please subscribe to the channel over to my left and check out this playlist to my left as well. Bye.